podcast, episode 287. I should just ask you what's the episode now. Like, what's this episode?
287.
287. Sitting here with your boy International Walkabout, the Be International again, with the beautiful.
Your girl Tasha, co-host with the mostest.
And we are back for another
and we
episode
twinning,
of us.
And we're winning, and we're twinning, and we're winning, and we're twinning.
This we're brothers.
Yeah.
We're singing and we're colored. I always thought that was some nigga shit back then when they talking about and we're colored. That's some nigga shit there. Well, we back, y'all back. Let's get right to it. How are you?
I'm good. Mentally. Mentally, I'm like a 8.5. I'm good. The devil be trying to like, dun, 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 dun.
Mom be playing tricks on me?
Yeah, not that my mom be playing tricks on me, but you know, sometimes the devil try to get to you and make you think that, you know, that things aren't good when they are, or that things are worse than they are, and just, you know, doing my best to keep my spirits up. And not that I don't want to see, I feel like I'm giving an indication that they're down, but even if you're not down, you still have to put in effort to keep yourself up. You know what I mean?
Sound like you're trying to talk around what you want to say. Just say what you want to say, more concise, instead of trying to talk around it, because then you sound vague.
No, I'm like, okay, the whole situation around, you know, me not working, and it's a good situation for us. Like, it's a good situation. You know, you're holding us down, and I guess my mind gets in the way of thinking when I shouldn't necessarily be thinking. I should just be, you know, going by what you tell me, and we good, and you good, and you gonna let me know if you're not good. But then my mind starts thinking like, maybe I need to do something different, and I start stressing myself for no reason. So yeah, that's that. Financially, a 9. Thank God for all of his blessings. And again, another reason why I shouldn't be stressing, just grateful to God for all of his blessings. And work is a 9. Work is good. Work was good this week. I got a lot done. Yeah, I got a lot done. It was good. So yeah, work was good this week. What'd you say?
I say nothing.
What you laughing for?
Nothing. Listening to your situation.
And then physically, I'm like a 9. I feel good. Just some aches and stuff. Some aches and stuff for working out, and I almost had a moment, like we talk about, you do something simple in life, and you know, getting dressed. I see my baby. I copied off of him, and when he was putting his hoodie on, I was like, oh, I got that hoodie. And then one of my closets, I got my hoodies on the top shelf. Literally went to reach up to get it, and my neck was like, oh, like what the hell? Like just doing something simple, you know, it wasn't like I had to step up. Literally just reaching, it was like, ow, what the hell just happened to my neck? I hope like it went away, and I don't feel it right now, but I hope it ain't one of them things I wake up in the morning like, oh my God, my neck hurt. Your body's like, we need some WD-40 for when you over 40.
10 minutes.
Yeah. But other than that, again, some minor aches and pains just from working out, but thank God for good health and no complaints. How are you?
I am good. I would say the same thing. Mentally, I would feel like an 8.5. Finances, I would say 9, and work, I would say work's a 10. And physically, I feel like a 9. Got some aches in my shoulders and back.
Excuse me.
Knees a little bit achy. I can't find my goddamn knee sleeves. I don't know where they at. I saw them somewhere around here, but I don't know where they at. But today, I got some new hokas on my feet. So I worked out today, and they felt like clouds, like walking on clouds. So hoka, y'all out there, y'all. I'm gonna tag y'all in this, but y'all get y'all some hokas because they light. They fit, they nice.
They literally, I wonder how much they weigh.
I don't know, but gotta be
ounces.
Yeah, ounces. Both sneakers together don't weigh a pound.
Yeah,
but they just so light and comfortable and floaty, and my feet felt great today. Like I upped it a little bit, didn't feel no pain in my legs, my back, like, everything just felt great. So I was just super happy and motivated that I took care of that situation, because that I had old sneakers, and that's what was making my back and my sciatic fuck up. But fresh, brand new Hokas took care of that. So I'm good. I'm gonna get you some though, because I think you would like just the feel of them. When you stand up, it's like, holy shit. I ain't never had sneaks on like this.
It's like when you get older, you remember that song, like your hip bone connected to your thigh bone, connected to your knee bone, like all of those body parts connecting. You throw one off, like you throw your hip off, then your ankles start hurting because you walking funny, or it's all connected. So I'm happy you got your feet right, so they can trickle up and make your back feel good. Wows and woes this week?
You go with the wows and woes. Go ahead, talk.
So wows and woes this week. I say woes, just having.
It's hard for you to focus, huh? Like Jesus Christ.
Well, yeah, not focus. Get my thoughts together. Even though I know we ask these questions every week, I try to be spontaneous and not like be rehearsed.
That's why I was just saying, go ahead and focus and talk about your woes and woes, and you started worrying about me.
I know. I was thinking about the aesthetics of the show. That was all. But I will say, anytime there's any disruption in us, and that's always a woe and like not a good feeling. But the wow in that is I love that we're able, whether sometimes some situations may take longer than others, but to get back to us and to communicate eventually. And yeah, I'll just say that the wow is just another day together. Not that like we were in danger of not being together, but that's that. Okay.
Okay. Oh, me. Wows and woes. Wow is work is really good. I'm super proud of that. I'm super happy about that. I'm just experiencing a different experience on this job, and it's fun. It's good. It's easy. It's going good. People I'm working with are great. No, I did DCMH.
I'm sorry, I was asking.
No, I did DCMH years ago.
Okay.
I worked in there. Probably the second though. Maybe the second. I don't think and then I did Temple Health before.
And you did I remember you did do doctor's office. But I was thinking like
offices.
hospital in this large of a capacity. I do remember you telling me about doctor's offices and like the different things you gotta put in for like the oxygen nozzles and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but so work is my wow. The woe is what she just was. I'm gonna piggyback on what she was saying. It's just the beefing. I'm getting old, man, and I feel different, and I look at things different than my wife. I guess that's the yin and the yang of certain relationships. I guess that's what they say makes people or makes a couple.
Like opposites attract.
Yeah, being opposite of each other. But sometimes, more often than I would like, our thought processes bump and get in the way of each other. They bump heads, and it makes my mind wonder like what our future would be like. Like all that kind of stuff. Like just the combativeness of thought sometimes.
That's a good thought way to frame those thoughts, I think.
So yeah, that's my wows and woes. Yeah. I asked you if you had anything to say today. You said you did, and you had some questions. So let's start with that.
Well, and again, I never like to take credit for something.
Jesus Christ, why don't you just steal the credit?
No, that isn't my own original thoughts. And I don't even know where this, it was, I don't know, a random post, says. Now, I see a lot of that. And sometimes the questions I don't feel like are applicable to us. Either one, we're too evolved in our relationship. or it's something that like we've already answered a million times. But I thought these were like some thought-provoking questions just to kind of look at things in a different way, you know, a little funny, some a little more serious. So the first is, what is something that I do that shows that I care without saying a word?
Without saying a word, something you do. Listen.
Mm.
Listening. Um, Listening and touching me for no reason. Something about you touching me when we eat dinner, when we're driving in a car. Just those random touches does something. Not to me, but I remember them. Um,
Mm.
they're effective. So I remember them when I'm thinking about how much I don't or do love you.
It's where you say touching, because I thinking about myself. I was thinking rubbing your butt to sleep. Like that's just always been our thing. Like it helps him fall asleep. I just kind of, and it don't take long at all.
It
So
was
just
a meme of a wife that says, "This is myself rubbing my husband's back every night to sleep, and then he hits me with this move." And she's rubbing him, and then she stops, and he goes,
"That's you."
And then she rubs him again. She stops, and it. Like, I need that.
Yeah, I rub like, and I say his butt, but like his, his back, his butt, and like if I stop, I hear, and I'll start again. Or sometimes we both fall asleep, but in the middle of the night, if he's like tossing and turning, then he has like a moment to, um, where he can't fall back to sleep. It only takes literally like 30 seconds and he'll be back to sleep.
Not
and
even that.
And then for me, now I don't necessarily need to be rubbed, but just my hand on his skin anywhere. Like I guess like the body heat, the body waves, the radiation, whatever. Sometimes he's sleeping, I'll just slip my hand under his back, and that's like my melatonin. But something that you do, that shows that you care without saying a word. Well, see, it's hard because I at first a lot of things that popped in my head is that it's words. It's like things you making sure that I ate, but you have to say like, did you eat? You praying for us, but again, you have to. But
Say
I'll say,
words.
yeah, I'll say, even when we're not together, when you bring me my iced coffee, like it's not even. It's like we don't even have to communicate or say anything. You just come in and you have it for me. Does texting count as like words?
No, because I didn't say anything.
Right. So
Just
like
read
anytime
something.
like I'm leaving the house, you always tell me, to be careful and that you love me. So those things,
I'm gonna cut you off real quick. I just want to interject. Can you take me off that generic message?
What generic message? I did. I haven't even used that.
Oh, so you write that?
Yeah, it just kind of, yeah. I haven't even used.
Okay.
Actually, now that you say, I forgot that I did that.
I was about to say, I thought that was the same generic. I'm like, this is. I wonder what she would write if this wasn't a generic message.
Nah, I've been typing it. So what he's referring to, I don't know if y'all know, you can create shortcuts in your phone. So like if you always type the same sentence, like, okay, well, if I'm leaving the house, I'll say, hey baby, I'm leaving out 143, which is I love you. You can make that like, if you just type in OUT and hit enter, it will fill in that sentence. Like you can save whatever phrase as a shortcut to just type in that phrase and it'll automatically enter it. And I did create one because I'm always telling him the same thing, but just as fast as I did it, I forgot that I did it, and I don't even remember what the shortcut is anymore. So because that's just always what I tell you. Like, and sometimes
hey, good morning. I'm leaving out 143.
Right, but sometimes I say good morning. Sometimes I just say hey baby. So it changes a little bit, but yeah, it's off the generic message.
Okay.
Yeah, it's off the generic message. I forgot what and that's the thing. You have to remember what you saved it as in order for it to work, and I don't remember. So yeah, I would say that, like, you just always making sure that I'm making sure that I'm okay. Yeah. Yeah, and again, the iced coffee thing too. Yeah. Is there I'm gonna go to another cutesy one first, and then we can get to then we can get to like the two more.
Okay.
I don't want serious in-depth questions, but is there a cute habit that I have that you secretly love?
A cute habit that you have that I secretly love. Habit. That's a word, a habit. So that makes me think something that you do.
Yeah, do repetitively. I don't
that
know
you like, that I see you doing, that I just look at. I don't think you have any habits. I don't like when your lip swells when you upset.
Well, I don't do that on purpose, so
But
that
I'm
ain't
just saying
like
that's just something that's like grows like a tail. um,
just like your forehead vein.
yeah, you don't think you have a habit that you do, um, that I look at that I think is cute. I mean, you have cute tendencies, and
like what?
Let me see. Um, like when you walk past me, you always turn to like, well, more often you will turn to like see if I'm looking at you or give me some type of look. Um, that's cute. What else do you do?
I'm just boring. I don't do
No,
nothing.
that's
It's
kind
like
of
no.
on the spot. But that's one. I mean, you go. I think
You know, I break your balls about this sometimes, but it is kind of cute. It can be dangerous depending on how your arms fall. But another thing that he does sometimes at night when he's, I don't know, I don't know what this level of sleep is called. His arms dangle in the air, and he just like rubs like his face
wow,
and
you
his
telling the people that?
Yeah. And it's almost like he is self-soothing. I'm sorry, self-soothing. Like it's just like his fingertips, and it's like when he's half woke, half sleep, and his arms will just be, and he'll just like gently rub his face, gently rub his chest. And that's all. And the reason why I say it can be dangerous because sometimes he's like this and his arm might just fall. And so what I try to do is when his arms is up, I'll like bring them down gently, but then I have to hold my arm across him to keep him down sometimes because as soon as I do it, if I move my arm, he go right back up. So yeah, I say it can be dangerous because I'm like, God forbid he ever drop an elbow, I wake up with a black eye. It's gonna be like, no, he didn't do it on purpose, and people gonna think he in here beating me up.
Do that?
Not often because I think I don't want to sound like crazy in saying this. I control your sleep more, and the reason why I say that is you only do that when you sleep on your back. But when you sleep on your
Why
back,
couldn't you find another way to say that?
Well, I don't know. I help manage how you sleep better.
That was easy.
Does that sound better?
That was easy.
But so, and the reason why when you sleep on your back, you also snore, and it affects your breathing. So if you're like sleeping on your back, I'll sort of nudge you to roll over. So I think that's the only reason why you probably don't do it as much. But it is cute because it's like where does this come from? Like I mean, and I got slept in the bed with a lot of people, but even on TV or I had family like sisters, babies, like nieces and them. I've never seen people got weird sleep habits. Like some people sleep with their eyes kind of open, but I've never seen or heard of anybody else doing that. Just like gently caress, and he's dead asleep, but like gently caressing his face.
I always thought that to myself that was a dream.
So you can feel yourself doing that? Oh wow!
Yeah, almost like when you hear yourself. Like you can hear it, but you sleep.
Right.
But I can feel it because it's soothing. It's like I'm rubbing myself to sleep or whatever. But yeah, I used to think this is a dream until you was like, why you rub your arms like that? I mean, rub your chest and face like that.
Yeah, and again, it's you. If I'm like,
I don't think my daughter mom ever told me that.
If I'm up watching TV and like you're asleep, like I'll probably leave you alone. But if I'm trying to go to sleep, that's when I'll pull it there. Because again, I don't want you to because it's like you'll fall out of it really quickly, and I don't want you to like drop an elbow, that sort of thing. So
it makes me think I can sleepwalk, which is super dangerous. Super dangerous.
I've never experienced that with you. I mean, you get up to go to the bathroom and then head right back to bed, but I've never.
That's cute. That you close all the doors, bathroom door, bedroom door, in an effort to think that a killer can't get you. That's super fucking cute. You do that all the time. Like, babe, the crack in the bathroom door. Like, I just was in there brushing my teeth and ain't nobody in there. With somebody looking at me. Like, okay, whatever. But you think all that is going to manage somehow somebody coming up the steps and being like, oh, shit, the fucking door closed. Let's just go back, man.
It's not that I think it's going to stop somebody.
Like, we had a 3-day plot. We watched this house. We watched these people. And we come in here and they got the fucking door shut. Like, let's just go.
It's not that I think that it's going to stop somebody, but I think it's just going to put a small barrier. Like, if they really want to get to us, they can get to us. But at least I think we would hear the door open. Do you think so?
How about you would hear your house alarm?
Well,
screaming.
I mean, that's another.
Way before your door even was breached.
That's another thing too. But what if they cut the electricity? You know, if they cut the electricity, like now I'm talking about some top of the line burglars. If they cut the,
I think we SOL if they cut the electricity.
If they cut the electricity and they are in the house, and our door is open, like our bedroom door is open. Am I crazy? Am I the only one that locks the bedroom door like when we're asleep? Now, if we had kids, I don't know how I would manage that.
We have an ensuite, so she shuts the bathroom door also.
Well, I shut the bathroom door because if a door, okay, if you're asleep and there's another room and the door is open and it's dark in there, it feels like somebody is watching me.
No,
and
you're watching it.
And if the door is cracked, it's like they're looking through the crack, looking at me.
That is so.
So
crazy.
we have 3 doors inside of our room. He has a closet, I have a closet, and we have a bathroom. All of those doors need to be shut, or at least I don't want to be able to see the darkness on the other side when it's bedtime. That's just that.
That's wild.
And you think that's cute?
It is, because it's like she thinks this is like safe. It's gonna be safe for her. Like, I mean, in her head, it makes her safe. So, okay, whatever, shut the door.
And you oblige me. Even when you think I'm being crazy, you oblige me, so I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. The door got to be shut. It got to be shut. If you want to put that little lock on, put that little lock on. I'm going to put a foot right through that.
But we would hear the foot.
Okay.
And you'll be able to wake up. Now, imagine if nothing was there and you wake up and a man is just standing over you, jerking off on top of you.
Whoa.
I'm just saying. It's jerking too late. Off. He's here.
Well, why couldn't he be ready to stab me or shoot me? Why you got to be jerking off?
Because I think you would be more upset at a man doing that than trying to stab you. I think you would be more upset at him for being naked than...
I would be upset that he's in my house, but jerking off is another level.
Exactly. So...
And then on my side of the bed, like, go on her side of the bed and do that shit. Don't come on my side of the bed. Man, there's a female in here. Go on her side and jerk off.
That is horrible. That is horrible. All right. Is there a conflict we've swept under the rug without resolution?
Conflict. So, like, a particular thing.
Like an issue that has come up that we swept under the rug without resolution.
Probably communication. I would say off the bat, communication. Again, this is where I think sometimes our thought process collides, where you have the tendency to think that we communicate better than we do. And in the moments where we need to communicate the most and the most effective, more, not always, but sometimes we don't. And, you know, you still will say we have great communication, and it's like, you know, yeah, shooting the shit or talking to each other and, you know, just chatting, we have awesome communication. But sometimes when things hit the fan, a communication breaks down. And I think we don't address that enough. Sometimes I also don't always think you take my um, feelings seriously. Like I think I'm not gonna say you take me for granted because I don't think you do. I really think you love me and cherish me and all that stuff. But I think that you again the difference in our relationship and our thinking. It's like I can think about this relationship and you being my legacy that I never did anything to you or hurt you in any type of way. I always was a good man to you. And the way that I love you, sometimes I think it plays a detriment to me. And and like, it, and it can feel manipulated in some ways because it's like, I know he loves me. I know he's going to be here. And that's how it can feel. I'm not saying you think like that, but that's how it can feel. So along those lines, I think that some of those things we don't address, especially the communication part. The other two things are ancillary, but the communication part, I feel, is A.
Is
One
oh
A.
A. Well,
Yeah.
okay.
How about you?
It's weird because I was thinking to myself, like, and I guess I was thinking more specific conflicts, not like communication. I think is important, but it's like more general. I was thinking of like specific circumstances, and one of the things I love about us is that despite how we get there, we aren't like the sweep it, like we address it. And again, I don't think we have great communication. I do think we have good communication. Now there are times that it could be better, but I think that it has improved drastically. And like you mentioned, sometimes our perspective may be different, but I think it has improved. So when we have conflicts, whether we come to a resolution sooner or later, in some cases it probably should be sooner than it happened. But I think we're not the sweep it under the rug, like we're not the sex it away
No,
people. Like we've never been that, like let's just have
I
sex
can't
and
even look at you that way if I'm mad at
yeah,
you.
like yeah, so like that's never been us. So when I was thinking about this question, I'm like, not like when we have conflicts. Now is it, are there some things that like um I mean, and this is something like so this is like first world, when people say like first world problems, so I don't even want
Mm-hmm.
to pose this necessarily as a problem, but like it may be a conversation about vacation and where we want to go, and we may not agree, and it's weird to say like that may cause a conflict of, oh, we always go here, or I want to go here, or I don't want to go here, and blah 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 blah. And maybe the resolution isn't to my liking, or maybe there's a different conversation and the resolution isn't to your liking, and we, whoever, I don't want to say is the loser, but whoever, I guess,
Compromises.
whoever compromised, whoever didn't, like things didn't go their way, may walk away, wishing that the resolution was something different, but there is a resolution. You know what I mean? Like, does that make sense? So yeah, I like that's one of the things. Like we talk about everything. Again,
But
sometimes
that's
we
I
don't
think
talk about it as soon as we should. Sometimes we talk about it longer than we would like to, but we don't sweep anything under the rug per se.
I think that's the thing in marriage or any relationship. There's compromise.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big word because
Absolutely.
when you phrase it like something doesn't go your way or the loser, it makes the person it makes the person feel a type of way, like they did lose or something didn't go their way. Where it's just this is an opportunity or my turn to compromise, like it or your turn to compromise, like. And it's not like a scoreboard or a person who dictates that, but I guess it's how passionate or how bad that person wants that situation or wants that thing. But I think it's just about compromise.
Mm-hmm.
Like in every relationship, definitely in marriage there is, because you can't leave. Well, that's the idea of the
Right.
ideal of marriage. You can't leave. So you got to figure it out, and everybody ain't gonna walk away. It's like both both parties should. It's like a business deal, and I hate to put it like that
No, you're
because
right.
people
I
say
agree.
like in marriage it's a business transaction, but you should walk away, both of y'all feeling like you won, like you okay with this with the resolution, like you're okay with it, not walk away feeling like, damn, I still feel fucked up about it.
Yeah, because the compromise may not. I mean, again, it may not, to your word before, may not be 1A,
Mm-hmm.
but it's still, and you're not compromising your, you shouldn't be compromising your morals, your ethics, because hopefully the person you're in a relationship with, y'all align on that level. And again, something so trivial and first world problems like, okay, you want to go to Jamaica again and I want to go to, I don't know, St. Martin, like something like that. It's like we're still going on vacation. Like this ain't a bad thing. Now, again, some things could be um a little more in depth, like buying a house. Like, okay, well, I wanted to live in this area, you wanted to live in this area. You come to a compromise, but it's not like a lose situation. Somebody, you may get more things that you want in this house that's not in the area that you wanted to. So yeah,
The
it's
compromise, and she wants to live in this area and I want to live in this area, is the end result is we're not living in a bad area.
yeah.
So that's the end result. That's the compromise.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Tosh, hey babe, like I understand you want to live here and I want to live here, but we gonna live in a pretty decent area, so we both gonna be happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
It ain't like I'm picking a shitty place or she picking a shitty place and I'm picking a decent place and she's picking no. So it's a compromise.
Compromise is essential. When people talk about like, oh, what's some marriage advice, and I am not one that likes to give advice to anybody, like unless they specifically asking. But communication, compromise, commitment, and companionship. Those are the four things.
Submissiveness too. Headship.
Well, yeah.
Like there has to be those things. Like
I agree. I think submissiveness probably comes under compromise a little bit, because again, sometimes you may have to give in.
Yeah, I guess it can fall underneath.
Yeah,
that,
and headship too, because again, we can talk about what we want, but at some point, you and this is how I choose to be a wife. Other people may choose differently. It may be a point where you're like, you know what, I'm going to submit to my husband's headship. I've stated my opinion. I gave my reason. I've pled my case, or get for a lack of better words, or said why I think this is the better solution. And he mulled it over because he respects me. But in the end, he would have the decision. So I think that it's separate, but can be tied into compromise as well.
I agree. Yeah. I got no pushback on that. I agree.
Last question. If you could go back in time, knowing everything that you know now, what advice would you give to yourself before getting into this relationship?
Run for the hills.
Yeah. And I'm gonna be on the other side. We're like, hey, I'm here.
I'm just joking.
With the cheerleader pom poms.
But what would I tell myself? Oh my God, what we just talked about. Like, there's going to be compromise. There's going to be, you can't leave. There's going to be.
But wait, okay. Let me ask: are these things specifically about our relationship or a relationship?
Well, you said this,
right?
So, do you want to change the question to this relationship or a relationship?
No. That's why I'm asking. Is this specific? Yeah, I wanted this relation, our relationship.
Well, that's what
okay.
I'm saying.
That's
I'm answering the question you asked.
Okay.
This relationship, what would I tell myself? Yeah, you're gonna have to. It's hard. It's not. And again, I'm still in love with this girl after 26 years. Like, sitting here talking to y'all like I'm in love with her, but it's hard. Our relationships are hard. It's not like we struggle every day, or it's like I'm so in love with her that a argument or and not just an argument, because it all depends on the conversation around the argument, on how you get to the resolve, on how quick something it resolves itself. But those things set me back. Like they shut me down in a way that, like, I always used to try to explain to her in therapy, like being with her to me is like being on cloud 9, like I'm flying. So when we come down to beef or argue, it's tough to take off again. It's tough to take off again. I feel like I got broken wings, and it's just tough to take off again. So um, I don't know where I was going. Yeah, so I would tell myself that um, relationships are hard. You love this girl, you are in love with this girl, but it's hard, and hard with a capital HARD. And again, we have 2 bad years in our whole relationship, which was '08 and '09. Every other year, I'd take it in a heartbeat. So if somebody said you're going to be with somebody for 26 years and you're going to have 2 bad years, I'd sign up for it in a heartbeat. So I'm not saying our day to day is fucked up, because it's not. But when we do beef, it's super, super hard for me.
I would say buckle up, baby. You are going for a ride.
Just that cliche.
Cliche but true. Like, it's going to be.
Oh well, you did go for a ride.
Yeah, it's going to be a roller coaster. It's going to, yeah, it's going to be a roller coaster. It can get dangerous. It can get dark. And I'm not saying dangerous like physically dangerous, because I've never not felt safe. But it can get dangerous. It can get
like
dark.
Be on a block dangerous.
Yeah.
Cell block dangerous.
Yeah, it can get dangerous. It can get dark. But you know what I would tell myself? Learn earlier how to what's your word? Speak up. That's not the right word, because it's not that I've never spoke up, but
Ain't that the truth?
your voice, like, your voice matters. And this is the thing with that, is that you've never not acknowledged what I had to say, what my feelings, like, I've shared, my opinions, even if you didn't want to hear it. But I think it took me a while for myself to it's almost like learn that earlier, because it's safe with you. And I think for me, it took me a while to get to that point. And that, it in the end, it's going to be worth it. The good will far, far, far outweigh the not so good. I don't even want to say the bad, but the not so good. But yeah, just buckle up, because you already got bad motion sickness, and it's gonna be a ride.
I ain't never make you throw up. You ain't never threw up over me.
Almost. We'll talk about that in a different episode.
No throw up on the ground, on the floor over
I
me.
said almost, so that'll be a different
throw
episode.
Up on the ground. Is ever been any throw up on the ground or the floor over me? I ain't talking about gurgling in your stomach. I ain't talking about in your throat you getting watery.
I held it back.
I'm talking about throw up on the ground. No.
I held it back. I ain't never make you almost throw up, so.
Yeah, you did.
You're a lie for God.
No, I'm not.
You gonna lie to these people?
No, I'm not.
Okay, next episode.
Okay. See, you thinking it's something like nefarious shit, and it's not. I throw up easy. It's not nothing nefarious like cheating or no shit like that.
You had bad food?
I wasn't going to put nothing like that on your jacket, but...
You couldn't.
You've done stuff to me.
Okay.
That's all I was saying. Like, could be... I'm just saying you've done stuff to me. That's all I'm going to leave it there.
3 grams?
Yeah. Invisible grief. Also known as disenfranchised grief.
I've never heard that.
Let me give you some examples.
And I'm sorry, I was saying 3. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
What?
No. I didn't know if you. I didn't. Go ahead. You're there.
I'm there.
Yeah.
So, invisible grief, disenfranchised grief. I don't know if people out there have ever heard about this, but looking this up, and sometimes feeling these feelings as you get older. You want to look up stuff and see like what's going on with yourself. I wasn't like this as a young person, but as I get older, you want to look up things. But invisible grief and disenfranchised grief is like getting older and just realizing things that you thought aren't. Maybe relationships that just faded away. Not necessarily an argument or something that happened, but just faded, just gone. You might not have turned out to be the person you thought you were going to be. your body just don't work the way you want it to work anymore, or like you thought it was. Um, it could be like a dream or something that you had that you probably just let go of, you know, secretly or quietly. Um, so that's what disenfranchised grief is. That's what invisible grief is.
Mm-hmm.
Are you of an age that you felt any of these things?
Mm-hmm.
Why you look like that?
Just didn't want to get emotional.
Oh, I'm about to say you look weird though. Like you look weird. Like don't be weird. Don't make it weird because it's like I don't know what's going on. You could communicate and like tap my knee or something and say like.
No, I was letting you know finish.
But
like
that's what those things are. So as I'm getting older and I'm 49 next month and thinking to myself, God willing, I hope I make it to 50 years old and more. But just to see 50 would be a super. To see 49 is a milestone, but to see 50 would be like, oh my God, I think I want to stay in the house and cry all day. Just to be like, damn, I hit 550, like 50 years on this earth. So God willing. But you start to think about, you know, I'm working out every day, but I also hurt. My body hurts. Relationships ain't what they was 10 years ago. And these things start to weigh on you a little bit, you know. What about you?
Well, look, before we get to me, I wanted to ask, you mentioned relationships, your body. Are there any other things that you feel like you grieve? Again, outside of like people who outside of grief associated with death.
You might not have been who you thought you were going to be.
No, I'm talking about you.
Yeah, like not being who you thought you would have been. Like I was on the run for 23 years, and then, you know, you and I were together the whole time, and then we got married, and we're together now. So it's not like this is what I planned when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So you never. It's not like I never thought of marriage and kids and white picket fence and house and all that kind of shit as a kid. So I never really had a clear thought of who I was going to turn out to be.
So is the grief is your life worse than what you thought?
No, it's just
like what part of that are you grieving, I guess is the question.
The not knowing what it could have been, I guess.
Oh, because of the 23 years that were lost.
Because of the whole trajectory.
Okay.
Yeah, because of the whole trajectory.
Okay.
Relationships, my body. Yeah, so that type of thing.
Okay. So I guess when you were talking, like I was thinking like it was like a bell going off in my head, like maybe the disenfranchised grief. I've never heard that term. But the invisible grief is, and I'll say this, I'm not a person that does well with grief because
I don't think anybody do well.
Well, no, that's true.
I
probably
there's nobody out there saying, "Hey, I do well with grief."
I probably do myself a disservice because I repress it, and I know that about myself, and I know that's not healthy. But I like staying in a positive mindset, and if I can't change something, I just try to push it away. Now I know therapy does, teach us to feel your feels, but just don't let it keep you there. And I do live in that too sometimes. But like the grief of not being a mom is ever present in my life. And it used to be something that was like when people say they got a frog in their throat often. And like before this conversation, I probably haven't felt that in a while, which for me is kind of like a win. Because it used to get really bad sometimes, like really, really, really. And I'm not gonna say I haven't felt it in a while. I haven't allowed myself to like really, if I see a baby video or something on social media, I'll smile and laugh and keep it moving because I don't want to get stuck in that moment. But yeah, like that is like talking about not knowing, like, nothing in the world could have told me, I'll say, when I was up until the time that I was 25. I mean, because we got together when I was
Mm-hmm.
20. Actually, no, I won't say that, because I'll say we got together when I was like 19, 20. So I'll say up until the time I was 21, because that's probably when my mind started thinking, like, we've been having a lot of sex and we ain't never used no protection. And I ain't never took a birth control pill. I ain't never been pregnant. So I guess up until the time I was 21, like, there was nothing in the world that you could have told me that I wouldn't be a mom. Like, that just, and not to say I thought that I was better than anybody else who, didn't have a mom. I'm sorry, who didn't have children. I guess I didn't ever know of anyone up close and personal that was their story that they spoke about. So it was like, nah, God wouldn't do that to me. Like, that is probably one of the things that I have wanted most in life. So that is definitely
You're 1A.
1A, probably ABC. The grief of I have let this go, but the grief of not finishing like, I have my associate's degree, but I didn't finish college, and that bothered me for a long time, until I had to realize, um for who, for what, like, and to be honest, it was for me, but it was like, okay, you don't have to it was like proving to myself that I could do this, because I knew that I could, and I had just failed at it. Like, me dropping out of school and me not getting my degree wasn't because it was like, oh, this is so hard and I just can't do it. I knew that I could do it, I just failed. And for different circumstances, but for me, I had to prove to myself, like, nah, you're better than this. Like, you could finish school, you could get A's in this class, like, these classes, you could do this. But I don't have to prove that to myself anymore, because I know for myself that I can. Of course, the grief of the loss of relationships. Not too many friendships, I can say, because anybody who, like, I'm not friends with, I never did people dirty, so it's like, it is what it is. But, like, familial relationships, that grief.
You ever had a relationship that just went away, that just wasn't a familial relationship, or a thing that happened, it just faded?
Like a friendship?
Okay, let's just a friendship or a family member, but nothing happened. It's just went away. There's no one thing you can point to say, hey, this is why we fell out, or this is what I said, or this is what he said, or this is what she said. It just went away.
No, and I think that even if there was no specific incident in certain relationships, something happened. Like, maybe we may not always know what. Like, I know that that there are certain relationships, familiar relationships that I have that faded away as a result of the relationship with my mom. Like, I think some people may have felt like they had to choose sides, or maybe some people just wanted to distance themselves because they felt like they didn't want to be involved in drama, or maybe they didn't know how to navigate relationships with both of us or either of us without feeling like they were involved, without even realizing like that wasn't even necessary. But again, I don't want to say nothing happened, because while nothing may have happened with those people, something did happen that resulted in that. You know what I mean?
So you never experienced it where nothing happened, where it's just like, hey, me and this girl was super duper cool. We kind of just grew so far apart that we don't even rock no more. But nothing actually happened. Nobody got smart. Nobody talked behind each other back. Nobody stabbed each other. She just went that way. I went this way. And fucking 10 years looked up, and now it's between us.
I could say probably like my girlfriend Arlene. Like, we used to be much closer than we are now. And again, nothing happened.
Right.
And, if she texts me, it's good. If I text her, it's good. I love her. She loves me. I think distance, because we stopped working together, so that kind of created distance. So I guess that could be an example. Nothing happened. My Gordon Street girls, nothing happened. We just life, time. So yeah, I guess in those instances, those are two examples that I can use. And again, we may text each other once a year, twice a year, or if
Mm-hmm.
something happens like in the
But
neighborhood
back
we
in the
grew
day,
up
this was a
in.
person I was on the phone with every day.
Yeah, just life happened. And then again, I can say to some extent, you happened, and that kind of changed the trajectory of some of my relationships and friendships. That not that I stopped being friends with people, but like life just
Yeah.
changes when different things happen. So yeah, but that grief is ever present. Like I said, with not being a mom, with the estranged relationship with my mom, and I used to feel it for not finishing school, but that kind of faded. And I had grief when I lost my job. Like that was some serious grief, but I've grown past that. When our family moved away, oh my
Yeah.
god,
I
that was
mean,
so hard.
yours is like heavy, heavy. Like mine's is just like my body, fatherhood. Um,
Well, see, that's new. You didn't say that before.
I
Like,
didn't.
no.
Oh yeah, like and relationships. Yeah. Again, the other shit is just ancillary. Like you just not knowing what could have been. Like you said, if you'd have finished school and did blah blah. Like I don't know, like what's your trajectory in life, what field you would have went in or whatever. But who knows where if we still would live here, like if we still would be together. I think we still be
I think our
together.
paths would have crossed.
But
Always.
just like will we still have this life, this great life that we have? But will we live in the same spot? Would we be doing the same things?
Would the same people be in our lives?
Yeah,
So things,
like that type of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's not like a grief of death or anything like that. It's just
but that's
I don't know whether your mind wonders that because you start to think subconsciously more time is behind you than in front of you. Mm-hmm. It's almost like when you turn 50, it's like, yeah, nigga, you 50, but do it again. It's like, damn, like that's heavy. Like,
but you might,
you might
can. Like, you might can.
Like, yeah, you want to,
yeah.
But it's like, damn, like, that's a heavy challenge. Do it again, 50. Yeah. Do it again. It's like 45, 40.
Be the best like that.
Yeah, but just to hit another 50 is hard. So I don't know. But yeah, my mind thinks like that. I don't know. Little lighten it up a little bit. How often should jeans and bras be washed? Oh my God!
Because you need to pull your chair up.
My hair. It's my hair. It ain't the chair.
This is a question I've seen, a conversation that I've seen, and so should they be washed?
I don't care what. This is my take on jeans, because you can answer for bras. Jeans, I don't think should be washed at all. If you do wash them, they should be taken to the cleaners. But you only got 3 or maybe 4 trips to the cleaners if you do that. But the second you put jeans in the washing machine, I don't care about flipping them over, color, what powder you use, whatever. It fucks up the jeans. They're not the same as they were when they were new. So once you wash them,
are you talking about like old school back in the day, like black jeans, or like a regular denim blue?
No,
jeans?
Not denim blue jeans. Obviously, they're fine when you put them in there. I'm talking about black jeans or blue jeans or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Like once you wash them, you fuck them up. Even a denim jean, though, you don't fuck it up as far as the color, but you fuck it up as far as the texture
material
of it.
It's a little softer.
Yeah, it's a little bit softer. So, I mean, looking at them, they don't look fucked up. But if you touch them, you know that these been in the washer a few times.
But black jeans are the reverence that black jeans were given back in our day is different today. Like, people will wear
an ashy ass black jean
and they will buy them like that, and that's okay now. It's not like, and if y'all from our era, like you got black jeans, you want them to stay like black as long as possible. So yeah, that's a little different. For me, I'm one of those people that
be honest with the people.
I have to wash my clothes every time I wear them. 99% of the time, I'll say that.
So you take a pair of jeans off, you're washing them. if you went out if we went out on a date night, you washing the jeans because
Well, that's why I say 99% of the time, because it depends. If it's like a quick little like, all right, we threw these on and we left out the house at 8 o'clock. We back by 10. Like maybe went to Charlie's or ramen place or something. Maybe I might not, if it's some jeans. But I, anything longer than I don't want to put clothes and not coochie has a smell, even if it smells great. But you go and put those back on. Like I just like my clothes to be fresh, and maybe because I'm a big girl too. Like I want to smell good at all times. I don't want to smell like old clothes. And then I am becoming a little more of a germaphobe as I get older. I feel like once clothes go outside, they need to be washed when you come back in, like that. Like you're attracting the outside germs. You sit in a restaurant, you sit on a bench in the park, anywhere you go to the bathroom, even though you may not sit in the toilet, your clothes done gathered these other people bathroom germs. So I'm a little
I
weird
hear what
in
you're
that.
saying, but and I hope I'm not sharing too much information here, but it sounds a little bit contradictory because I know how you are about underwear, but also with bras, like I've seen you, let's say, have on a bra on a Friday night and say, let's say we go to the market on Saturday, you might throw that same bra on.
Oh
That
yeah.
don't mean that got to get washed, and that's underwear. So if you want to smell good and be fresh all the time, what's the leeway in saying, hey, I could throw this bra on the next day? Because I know lots of women who do this, like wash the bra or wear the bra 2 maybe 3 times before they wash it, which is cool, as
Mm-hmm.
long as
Yeah.
it don't stink or nothing. But what's the not what's the no leniency in the jeans, but having some leniency in the bra, and that's underwear.
Well, it again, it depends on the weather and how much you sweat and if it was hot. Like I will more likely.
Ain't it always a little warm under there though?
No, not really. I
No.
mean, if it's hot outside, then probably so. I will very less likely rewear a bra in the summertime if we're out during the daytime than if we go out at night or in the wintertime. No, your titties don't always have to be sweaty. Like,
Okay.
I mean, now, it's a difference in being warm and then being sweaty. Like,
Right,
your
that's what
titties
I'm
don't
talking about. If you're
always have.
sweaty, obviously you want to wash it. But I'm just saying, most women would comment and say, "Hey, I wear my bra 2 maybe 3 times before I wash it."
No, yeah, and
Like
I
that
saw a
seems to be the
study.
consensus.
I seen a study one time that said most women, and even saying this, it kind of sounds unbelievable, but most women only have 1 to 2 bras.
Mm.
That sounds crazy to me. Like, and I'm thinking how, but maybe you wear it for a week and then you wash it like on Sunday. I never dry my bras. So like you wash it on a Sunday while you're in the house doing laundry, let it dry, and then you like my brain can't. And let me just say, growing up, that was not my life. So I know, and I'll say my husband, as a young woman, I would tell like I need bras, I need bras, I need bras. Like I probably have, I'm gonna say 6 to 8 bras that are in like weekly rotation, and I know it's only 7 days in a week, but I go to the gym, so that's another thing too. Like I never once I go to the gym, that bra is done until next week until it gets washed on laundry day.
Is that why women have like 3 or 4 sports bras? So
Yeah,
they can throw on a sports bra
yes,
to go to the
that
gym and not waste
that
a
is
bra.
absolutely true. Me, I have not found a sports bra that I will wear a sports bra over top of my bra. I have not found a sports bra that I can wear by itself. I just haven't. So I wish that I had that luxury so that I didn't have to sweat my bras up, because once you go to the gym, for me, like that's a done deal. But so again, to your point, a bra, like how I am with panties. Like I don't care if I put them on for 5 minutes. If they come off, I gotta get another pair. But with a bra, 1 to 2 wears, and then I can't wear it again, and that depends on my activities. It depends on the weather. It depends on other factors.
So what do you say? Even when you was young, you was like this with jeans.
No.
Okay, so when people say, if you look inside the jeans and they say they should be washed every 6 months, twice a year. That's, and again, if you're not fucking making them dirty and playing in dirt, they got stains on them. But jeans, the denim should be washed twice a year. It says that in some jeans. What do you think?
I think that depends on the frequency. And again, is this tag also created by the same people that don't wash their legs? That or don't wash their feet?
And
that
in
feels
a year,
like the
let's
soap
just say
just running down on your feet is sufficient enough to
it's
consider that
52
washing your
weeks
feet.
in a year.
So
Let's
I
say
can't go by that if it's written by them.
you wore those jeans 35 times. No, half. Let's say 25 times. If
It's
it's
52 weeks.
and you wore the jeans,
So once every other week.
yeah, and you washed them twice that year.
That's gross to me.
I think it's a little nasty too.
Yeah, and again,
Because
what kind of
we might go out to the
germs-
park and sit on the bench on the concrete. We might, dibble and dabble here, and then you just got the jeans, like you washed them twice this year.
I don't care if you went to a 4-star restaurant. When you set your butt in a seat that other people have sat in, do you think they're wiping off the seats every time? Like, it's just the transfer of germs, and or you wore them on
Ass
an air.
germs?
Yeah.
I mean, that's all we do as people is sit in seats around society. And people got ass germs they transfer from chair to chair.
But that person could have sat on the subway
Right.
in those same pants, or that person
Or
could.
it could be their 8th time wearing them pants that they didn't wash.
Exactly. Or that person could have had their laundry thrown on the floor and their cat slept on it, and they picked them up, shook them out, put them on, went to dinner, sat down, got up, left. You came in, sat there, and then you got cat hair. Then you took that home to your house. Like, wash your damn clothes. Laundry gets washed around here weekly.
It does, and I appreciate that. I'm very thankful. I always have clean clothes. Yeah. It was not. I'm thinking about to say it was a time where I bitched a little bit. I didn't have to fight with you over it, but
You always
bitched a
had
little
clean
bit.
clothes. They might have been a day late, or they might not have been folded, but they ain't never not been washed.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I ain't got no pushback. Last gram. I was looking up the changing of blood pressures. I was looking up blood pressure, but I didn't realize that blood pressure ain't always been the same. And there's a conspiracy theorist behind this.
This is like the blood pressure guidelines?
Yes.
Okay.
So 120 over 80 is what we all are used to hearing. Like that's kind of the baseline. If you're here or somewhere around here, above 10 points or below 10 points, you're kind of in the safe range. And the second number is really, really important. So you want to, always be in the 80s with that. But 1970, the blood pressure range for that generation was 160 over 95. And in 1985, the blood pressure for that generation was 140 over 90. Why do you think they changed the blood pressures? Some people think it's to sell you more pills, to put you on more beta blockers, to do all this kind of shit. But that makes super sense that if they keep lowering the blood pressure, then it's more medicine that they can sell.
Yeah, that was the immediate thought that came to my mind. Like, or if you're above 120 over 80, then they have a reason to give you blood pressure medicine. But even at 160 over 45, I would think a human is still a human. I mean, were there a higher significance of like heart issues and that sort of thing during that time because they didn't have enough data to know that it should be lower? I don't know. What do you think the reason?
I think the reason would be the diet, the way we eat now. Like that's probably what the other side would say. The doctors would say, hey, the diet's different. They probably ate cleaner than we do now. Food's all fucked up. So
and maybe they live more stressful lives. So you said in the 70s, maybe they live more stressful lives, so they were given a little grace to say, okay, we know their blood pressure might be a little bit.
Because right now, if they told you your blood pressure was 140 over 90, you'd be like, what the fuck's wrong with me?
Yeah.
But back then, they was cool.
Yeah. Well,
even when you were born, 85, I mean, you were born in 80, so...
You said 160 over 95 was...
In 1970.
Okay.
In 1985, it was 140 over 90.
Yeah, I've never had an issue with high blood pressure. Mine is usually pretty low, and the doctors always say, is this normal for you? Yeah, it's... So
but that's
I would
41
be
years
nervous.
ago, and if that was 140 over 90 now, we'd be fucking in a panic.
Be nervous. Be thinking, what the hell? Like, let me calm down.
Stroke. Yeah, I'm about to have some palpitations.
And I wonder too, is it like one of those things like completely unrelated, but I'm gonna use this example. Like, you know how you say we got a reservation at 8 so that I can be ready by 7 and we can get there on time, but the reservation really be 8:30, but you just give me a buffer. Is it a thing where maybe 130 over, 85 is okay, but they say 120 over 80 to keep people lower so that they don't push it to the limit? Like, are they giving us a buffer?
Yeah, they do say it's a buffer. They say 5 points up or down. So 125. But the second number, they say you want to always keep the same.
Around 80.
Yeah, around 80, 80, 82, something like that. But 120 can be 125.
But when you say they say, they could still be a part of the conspiracy of giving that buffer. Yeah.
I don't think we could walk around with blood pressures of 160 over 95.
No, I think that, it scares me when you hear about people who have like chronic hypertension, which is the medical terminology for high blood pressure. And they'll be like, yeah, I wasn't feeling good the other day. My blood pressure was 210 over 100. You'd be like, how are you okay?
Yeah, like, what the fuck?
Like, I'm afraid. Yeah. Like I'd be looking like, are you about to have an aneurysm? Like,
stroke or something?
Yes, like that kind of stuff. But, and I'm not saying that that's okay, but you think to yourself.
You start to look at him like you burning up.
But you think to yourself, okay, this person's blood pressure went that high and they didn't die. They're here. Now, they probably had to take some medication or, drink some water, calm down.
Felt like shit.
Right. But it goes to show you, like, our bodies have the capacity to push the limit, but you just gotta it's like a balloon. Like, how far can you blow this thing up before it's going to pop? And who really wants to put it to the test when you're talking about your body? Yeah.
I'm gonna keep looking into this as longer I live.
Yeah, it's
I'm
interesting.
Checking it. Like,
see if it changes again.
Because since 2000, it's been 120 over 80, and it's like that's probably when I had to start paying attention to blood pressure. Like, probably my first one or something like that. So it's like 120 over 80 was all I ever heard. I never heard of 140 over 90 and 160 over 95.
But then we know a lot of these medical guidelines, like when people talk about the BMI chart, and now they're just starting to say what a lot of people in the Black community have been saying for a long time. And I'm not
because you're supposed to be like $140.
Yeah, and I'm not saying being overweight is unhealthy. I mean, it is healthy. Like, but a lot of people have been saying for years the BMI chart is not.
That's because it's hard to get to.
Well, no, but even medical professionals are admitting that some of those numbers, not that they're unrealistic, but just because you may not fall in those guidelines doesn't mean that you're unhealthy. Or it's like, okay, I'm gonna just use this as an example. If it says you
people
are,
were tired of getting told they're severely obese.
But if you're 6'3" and it says, okay, your weight should be 160, and if you're 170, you're considered obese. If you're 175, severely obese. If you're 180, morbidly obese. You're gonna tell a 6'3" man at 180 pounds that he's morbidly obese? So it was kind of like.
But your BMI might be 35 though.
But that's the thing. They are starting to realize that these numbers may have been skewed, and they weren't. They just like these numbers have changed, and I don't know that they've made any changes yet, but they're finally admitting that they have to take a step back and look at it, and that just those numbers don't determine whether you're healthy or unhealthy. Doesn't mean that you could afford to lose some weight and get healthier. More than likely, yes, but it doesn't mean like, oh my God, like you're on the verge of death.
Mine says if my BMI is right, I'm supposed to be 182 pounds.
So if you're 200 pounds, you're not severely obese.
That's what it says. It says I'm a fat bastard. Lab was the last square. We have an honorable mention of Nolan Wells update. Tasha, take it away.
Recently there was an audio. First of all, let's just say they got Nancy Grace on the case.
I know. That's who they don't want on it. That's who they don't want.
This is
they don't want Nancy Grace on it.
Yeah, and it's a shame that. It's a shame that this is even a thing, that like this young man is no longer with us, and that there appears to have been some, I don't even know if there's been some nefarious actions that caused his death, but that people just didn't do what they were supposed to do. Because again, just taking it back real fast, supposedly they were on an island, the boat left, he wanted to stay with this girl, and that was that. He didn't come back, but they had his phone and his keys, and then his body was found. My thought from the beginning was they did something to him. They took his phone in the hopes that his body, because you ping the phone, you ping the body, so they can't leave the phone with the body. They didn't think that his body would be found as fast. Maybe it would be in the water to wash away some evidence, or maybe it will wash away and never be found. I don't know. Nevertheless, there has been new audio released of them calling like a AAA, but for boats. It was called Sea Tow, so like a boat towing service. In the audio, it was like enhanced, where you could hear people in the background saying, "Is he dead? Oh no, please, I hope he's not dead. Nolan," like saying his name, and so obviously something. And the guy on the phone who was making this call for a tow, you could tell he wasn't focused because of whatever was happening with Nolan. But he also sounded like he was ordering a pizza. Like, didn't sound too frantic, too concerned. It was like, I'm hearing, watching, and seeing what's going on.
How
but
much water's in the boat? Is it how far is it? Your ankle, your knees?
Yeah. So
he's like, I don't know. We're sinking.
But never a mention of, oh, and my friend is here who is sick, is passed out, has fallen, is hurt. For somebody to ask, is he dead? There's something that happened to this young man that caused concern. Nobody mentioned that. So again, and again, this call, I don't know why it wasn't brought into mention earlier. Because if they said they drove back, right? Nobody came forward to say, hey, that boat that's saying they drove back and left him on the island, we actually towed them back because they called and said it was sinking. Like, I don't know where, like, what's not adding up here. Or maybe they called for a tow and then they were able to make it back on their own without getting the tow. I don't know. I just hope that, again, that more details will start to unravel, and whatever happened to him, the truth will come to the light, so that his family can have some justice. And all of these people have deleted their social media. I think that they're complicit. I think the mom who was of one of these children, who was a judge, I think she's complicit. Maybe not in what happened, but in covering it up. It's just a sad situation all around.
That's protocol, though. I'm sure the judge mom said, hey, cut your social medias off and do all this, like the checklist of things you do when you covering up some shit.
Yeah.
That's a wrap. A2TP podcast 287. We was here, y'all was here. Hope y'all loved the show. Y'all should know by now. If you fuck with us, you fuck with us. If you don't, you should. Peace.